Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Jammy Dodger Flips. My name is James, I'm a full-time eBay reseller. It's currently Wednesday morning, nice and sunny outside. I've spent the morning at a car boot sale, that's where I get all my stock from, as you can see in the background. Very, very good. I didn't film there because it was only Wednesday. There's usually only about one lane, or maybe two if you're lucky. So yeah, I didn't bother getting the camera out. I probably should have, as always. This always happens. But most of the stuff I got was from one stall. I'll show you in a bit. But I got one particular item that is potentially my best ever find. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But firstly, we're going to get into some orders. We had quite a crazy few days of sales. So I made a little head start on packing yesterday. We got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 orders here already. There's still about 3 or 4, I think, to pack. So I'll quickly just pick them now, and I'll also go through what was sold here exactly. So in no particular order, this is what's packaged up already. This one, I was quite surprised with the price with it, as you saw in my video when I picked it up. This was a Rizzler automatic roller. This is made in France, quite a vintage item I think. That's actually sold for around £30. I don't know the exact price, I'll put it on the screen anyway, as I will for all of these. But I paid just £3 for that one at the car boot, I think last week or the week before, as you saw in my video. We got a Gigaset phone charger base thing, that sold for like £12.99. That is a vintage Punch and Judy sweets tin, again from like the 70s, 60s, pretty old. That's sold for I think £9 or £8, something like that. We've then got a G-Shock Baby G watch in its tin. I didn't have batteries for this one, so I've just sold it as pretty much spares repair or it needs a new battery. But it sold for £22.50, that one. Next up, we got some Rossi motorbike trousers. I got these at a Wednesday morning car boot actually, just I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. I paid £5 for this pair with another pair of RST ones, which were also £5, so £10 all in. The RST ones sold for about £50, so £5 into 50, not bad at all. And these Rossi ones have sold for £32. That is with free postage. They are pretty heavy, so what, 2.6 kilograms, so it's going to cost me around £6 to post, but not too bad at all. In an up-and-coming video, which I filmed on Sunday, it's coming out on the 15th of September, so keep that in mind. Got some really decent finds in it, but I did pick up some Skechers. You'll see it in the video. It's quite a risky deal. I paid quite a lot for them, picked up 3 pairs from the same seller, but one of the pairs is sold. I'll put it on the screen, but I'm not going to go into too much detail because I want you guys to see it in the actual video. Got a pair of Levi's there, which have sold for I think £12.50 or £12. They're going GSP. I don't actually know where, but they've been on the shop for ages. They actually sold about a month ago, and then they came back because they didn't fit properly. So hopefully they stick this time, especially being a GSP sale. Again, as you saw me pick up in a recent video, I picked up a steamer, but I ended up just chucking it away because it was so badly beaten up, missing like its feet and had like cracks all over the plastic. So I chucked that away, and I kept the hose and the actual like plate thing used to steam the wool with, and that is sold separately for I think £12.50. So that's my money back and a little bit of profit. And then in this box here we have a mantle clock, quite a nice one. I sold it spares repair because it was missing one of the hands, and also I didn't have the key to wind up or anything. So yeah, that sold for just £20. I think I paid £3 or £4 for that one. There's those orders. We've had a few more overnight, so I'll quickly pick them and go over them as well. So next up in box 13, which is right here, we have just a very basic Samsung DVD player. It's missing the remote, so I've only got £20 for this. It's just a simple Blu-ray player. I think it owes me about £2 or £3. I never usually pay more than a £5 for these sort of things. Yeah, £20, free postage. Probably about £10, £12 profit in that one. And next up in box 6, just down here, we've got 2 PS1 DualShock remotes. These have sold for £22.99. They've been sat around for a while. They both fully work, fully tested and everything. Pretty nice condition. You've got sort of a darker grey one and a lighter grey. I don't really know the difference. Don't know if one came out a bit earlier or not. I think I got these in a PS1 bundle for about a tenner or something. So I don't know. These probably only about £2. And there's just one more to pack. This one's a bit bulkier. But it's definitely worth it for the profit that I got for it. I paid £10 for this one about 3 months ago, so it's been sat on the shop for quite a while. I did have it up for £120. I was actually planning on lowering the price at some point, but I just kept forgetting. So it's been on for £120. And finally somebody offered £80 for it. That's with free postage as well. So postage will probably cost me about £10. But I'll show you the item now. There you go, there it is there. You probably recognise what the wooden box is. But if you open it up, you've got a nice dartboard in there. It's all brand new. I have wrapped it up in bubble wrap and card and everything like that, just to protect it a little bit and make my life a bit easier when I come to pack it. If you're a darts fan, you might know him. I've got no idea who he is, but yeah, it's a Ted Hankey signature board, brand new and unused. It's got all the wall clips for the casing thingy. It's got all the darts in there, all brand new, chalk and little, what they call tips or wings, I think they are, whatever. Yeah, so £10 into 80 quid. Very, very nice flip. Obviously I've got to pack it up, so I've got to take into account postage, and I might get it insured as well, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright then guys, we've just finished packing all the orders. The last one was the dartboard. Here it is. Basically what I've done with this one is I've wrapped it in black wrap first, just to keep the doors from slamming and whatever, keep them tight and closed in properly. I then wrapped it in about 3 or 4 layers of bubble wrap, really good quality, thick stuff. And then literally just unfolded a box, cut it all up, and, well, flat packed a box, laid the dartboard in its box on top of it, and wrapped the box around it. And pretty much just used a whole roll of tape on it. As you can see, there's plenty of tape all around this, just so it protects it and everything doesn't come unstuck at all. Obviously it's quite heavy, they're probably not going to be chucking it around anyway, but you never know, they probably will, because it is Every, and Every do seem to manage to chuck around and break a lot of items. I've wrapped it as well as I could have. You've also got a few sheets of card underneath this box as well, just to stop it from getting any impact damages. But yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, just need to print the label for that one and the others and pop off to the shop. Right, trying not to get the buyer's address in. So I have opted for full protection on this one, just in case it does get damaged or lost or whatever. Then obviously I'll be compensated the rest of my money. This has come to £12.88 to send this. It was just under 11 kilograms, so it is pretty weighty. Yeah, so if you minus my buy price, which was £10, so £10 minus £12.88, that's, well, let's just round up to £23. £23. The packaging didn't cost me anything. That all came from my box supplier, my old job that I still go to every month or so. I still pop by to my old workplace and collect all the boxes up and all the packaging supplies. And I actually get tons from them. I only went there about 2 weeks, well, about a week and a half ago. And as you can see, the boxes are already sort of drying up a little bit, so I might need to visit them again before my little holiday. So what I don't want to happen is get back from holiday and then have to package up, I don't know, 30, 40 items and not have the correct boxes or packaging supplies to do so. What is really handy is they put aside all these for me, which are little airbags. They get so many deliveries and all the boxes are filled with these airbags. So I just bag them all up, put them here, and whenever I need one, take them out. And then you have also loads of bubble wrap, loads of void fill paper, all from them. So yeah, as you can see, it's a very handy contact to have. And just like that, we are back in the house. That's everything done. I've just had lunch. All the parcels dropped off at the shop. My car window wound itself back up. On the way to the car boot about 5:30 in the morning, I wound my window down in my car, and for some random reason, it didn't go back up again. Something like clicked inside. I don't know if it went down a little bit too far, but for some weird reason, it's like come off its runners, and it was stuck. It was stuck all the way down. So I had to drive like 20 minutes on the motorway going 70 with this pounding sound in my ear of the wind. So that gave me a killing headache. But as I'm about to show you now, it was all worth it for this amazing car boot haul. So I will start off with what I found on the floor. This was pretty much for the first sort of 45 minutes. So that's another reason I don't really like to film like these Wednesday car boots, because it's just unnecessary pressure of having the camera on my chest filming everybody. I prefer just to get on with it, get as much stock as possible. And if I'm not going to be finding like amazing items, then I don't really see the point too much in having the camera on. But I was completely wrong this occasion. I should have had the camera on, should have recorded it. And yeah, you'll see why. So walking into the field, the first store I went to had one of these portable Bose sound docks, which I've sold so many times before. We had one of these personally, but we got rid of it a few months ago, just sold it, because they go for about 45 quid. It is missing its controller, but it does have the power supply. The guy wanted £10. I was happy to pay that, but I did try and get it for £8. He wasn't having any of it, so £10 it was. But worst case scenario, that should sell for about a tenner if the speaker doesn't work. And then spares repair, probably get a tenner back on that. So my money's safe in that. And it got the ball rolling, got that first pickup done and out of the way for the day. The next pickup at the next stall was these sort of platform Converse. They've got the TK Maxx sticker in there, as you can see, so they might have been on sale in TK Maxx. They asked me how much I wanted to pay. I said a £5. I was pretty happy to pay that. I could have offered a bit more, could have offered a bit less, but I think a £5 is always quite a fair price on pre-owned shoes. Probably looking to get back around £30–35 because the condition is brilliant. And I just recently sold some platform Converse for around 60 quid. They were a different sort of style. The rubber sole kind of wrapped up the back a little bit. Can't remember what they're called. I'll put a photo on the screen anyway for you guys, just so you know. But hopefully these have some value to them. They're like a suede material, big chunky sole. I know these are very popular. So worst case scenario, 20–25 quid. But my £5 definitely safe. And then walking up a few more stalls later, we found this here. It's just a Harrods wine bottle holder case thingy. But I've sold these loads of times in the past. And I opened it up, saw the polystyrene in there, completely brand new. It's a bit dusty, needs a bit of a clean. But these all day long sell for around £20–25. Obviously the double one being double, it's a bit more popular, get a bit more money for it, around 25 quid. I'll put some soles on the screen if I can find them, just so I can help you guys out. Bear in mind, that's only about 3 pickups, plus these 2 in the space of about an hour, so it is quite slow picking, not like a normal Sunday car boot where you're sort of finding stuff at every stall continuously. Yeah, so anyway, the next pickup was these Converse. Couldn't believe the price on these, to be honest, because they're like pretty much brand new. Well, they're not brand new, but obviously the soles at the backs there have a little bit of wear. But the way I judge Converse is if they've still got the print on the back, then they're pretty much good to go. I paid £2 for these ones, hoping to get back around 20–25 quid. But she then, on the other side of her stall, had this just sitting on the floor, and no one had picked it up at all. No one had gone over it. So I was like, okay, she's just sold me these for 2 quid. So how much are these Ugg boots going to be? Unfortunately, they weren't 2 quid. They were, in fact, £20. But they've got the original box, original label and everything there, saying the size. And there's the boots there, as you can see. Hopefully the lighting's all right in here. You're in my living room at the moment, so hopefully it's all right. I double checked everything. You've got a little tag, annoyingly, right in the middle up here. So I had to undo this zip, find the tag. It had the little Ugg hologram thing on it. You've got a little label there inside the box. Obviously the box matches the boots themselves. And you can just tell really if they're real Uggs or not, just by the way they look and feel. The soles look to have been worn, maybe, I don't even know if they've been worn once, to be honest. They look brand new. She wanted £20. I did buy these after the big item over there, which I'll come to in a second. So I didn't have much money left in my wallet. So I did offer £15. She came back to me with 18. I'm happy to pay 18 for these, brand new Uggs. Potential solds looking at around 100–150 quid. I'll put them on the screen. I might, because they're kind of wintry knee-high boots, I'll probably save these till winter stock. They could be given as a gift for Christmas, they could be just someone's winter boot, but they're more likely to sell during winter time. So yeah, I'll stick that aside and have a nice winter sale for them. Right, so I'll just get to this bag here. Wednesday morning car boots. The problem is with them, obviously they're so small, you only get about 2 or 3 lanes at the most. But you just need to strike gold at one stall to make it worth it. And that's what happened here. We got all this stuff in this one IKEA bag from one stall. I should probably save the best till last, but I'm going to start with these here, which are actually the kickers. She wanted just a £5 for these, so straight away I'm giving her 5 quid for these kickers. Nice brown leather, almost look brand new. I think they might be. Maybe worn once, there's a bit of mud and stuff in between there, but £5 for kickers, you're not really going to do too badly. Probably looking at around 35, maybe even £40, because they got the original box, and they're quite a good size. I think they're around size 5 or 5.5. So at the moment I'm just trying to find as much stock as possible, so I'm literally picking up anything I can, even if it's only worth a tenner. If I can get it cheap enough, I'm going to pick it up. Just like these puzzles here, I'm probably going to save these till Christmas time, just like family times and stuff like that. People enjoy doing puzzles, so paid £1.50 each from the same seller again, so £3 for the both of them. Probably looking at around £10 each, maybe around Christmas time, maybe a bit less depending on the puzzle. 8 quid, I don't know, but my money's definitely safe in these two. We've then got these guys here, which are the Goodness Gang plush. She wanted 50p each. These, there you go, they're all brand new with tags, very nice clean condition, not too much money in them, but I know they do sell. I used to watch, back when I first started, I used to watch Ben Fitzpatrick, so a few of you would know he picked up these all the time, and actually all my years of reselling I've never actually picked him up, so I'm actually, yeah, I'm quite glad to actually finally have found some brand new with tags, 50p each. Yeah, so cheers Ben for that, from about 4 years ago. Probably looking back on these, I don't know, I'll probably just bundle them up and sell them for around 20, 22 quid or something like that. So this is all still from the same seller, so I'll just keep up the shoes. Picked up these Converse and Vans. The Vans were only £1. Pretty nice clean condition. They look like they've been glued a little bit on the sides here, so she might have super glued them. I don't really know, but you know, the soles are pretty good. Probably 15-20 quid back on them. You can't really go wrong for £1. I would say it's highly priced, but it's not exactly high priced at all because they are really nice condition. These are just black high top Converse. She wanted just £3 for these ones, and after a good clean up, they're going to look good as new, really. So £3, probably back on them 25 quid. This is just going off the top of my head. I'll try and chuck in some soles if I can find them. And again, she just kept bringing stuff out of her car, and I just kept picking it up and just whacking it in my bag because it was so cheap and so good. This is an original Comedy Central 1999 Eric Cartman sort of bobblehead figure. Really quite cool. They don't sell for too much, maybe about £10-12, maybe 15 if you're lucky. Give it a good clean up and everything. But yeah, quite a cool little toy there to have. So yeah, if any of you want any deals, just drop me a message on Instagram and I'll happily do you a little deal on this sort of stuff. Next up, just a basic little Ford Park mug. I think these go for about £5 to £10 if you're lucky. I know some of the, what is it, Alton Towers Smiler, something like that. If you get the mugs of that, because they're all discontinued items, they sell for mega money. She wanted just 50p for that one. Right, next up, she had a whole box full of McDonald's figures, all from, I think the earliest one is 1995, going up to around 2000, and most of them are Beano, sort of Dennis the Menace Beano characters. She wanted 3 for £1, so I think this ended up being about 6 or 7 quid. I managed to get the lot for £5. The money should be back in some of these figures here, which are actually Taco Bell from America, Taco Bell YODA characters from, I think, again, from like early 2000s, but these guys here sell for about 6 or 7 quid each, and I've got 6 of them in this bundle. And then in that box, just randomly, was a Stanley 8-meter tape measure, which she just wanted 50p for, and I've been looking for an 8-meter one for ages. We've got a load of 5 meters, but find an 8-meter tape measure, that is a very rare item. And yeah, to be honest, they do sell for about 20 quid, so 50p, I'm always picking it up. So there we have it for that little haul. All this stuff, all from one seller at the car boot. So that's just how it can change, just like that, you know? I picked up just these items here, and then suddenly got to the next stall and a whole IKEA bag full of items. Right, and now the item you've all been waiting for, kind of the clickbaity title, but it deserves to be clickbait because of the item. I've never found this before, and I actually saw this early at the car boot and walked straight past it and didn't think much of it until I walked past it again. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to quickly do a bit of research on this, and I'm glad I did. Anyway, the clue is obviously the tennis racket there, and inside here, a load of tennis balls. So, if I take this bag off, can you figure out what it is yet? Actually, I'll tell you, if I open that, you might know a little bit more. I mean, if you're a tennis fan, you must know what it is. So, you put the tennis balls in there, and this is an automatic tennis ball dispenser, or shooter. What's the word for them? Launcher? There you go. Yeah, automatic tennis ball launcher, made by Wilson. So, yeah, I saw this very early on at the car boot, and a lot of other people did as well, and everyone was quite interested in it, looking at it, but kind of laughing about it. It was all quite grubby. I have cleaned it up very nicely. I've actually already drafted it on eBay, ready to go. I just need to do a few final checks. So when I saw this, I thought, okay, very big bulky item, I'll never be able to post that out. And it was only when I went and shown a bit of interest in it and got talking to the guy. I think he was just a house clearance. He didn't have too much knowledge on the item itself. There's the wheels there, as you can see. It looks very plain, like it's not going to be worth much money. But I checked eBay, I typed in the model number, and nothing came up apart from other brands. I'll put a screen record up now, just scrolling through these other brands, just to show you sort of the potential value in this one, which is, to be honest, probably one of the best tennis brands out there. That got me a bit like, okay, maybe there is some money in this. So I went up to him, asked him how much it was, and he said £50. The only problem is, it's missing the charge cable. So in here, you're supposed to plug in a cable and obviously charge it up, and it lasts for about 4 hours. But the good news is, for some random reason, it still had charge in it. So I don't know how long it's been sat. It was all covered in dirt and stuff. Looks like it's been sat in a damp garage for many years, but somehow it still has charge in it. So I'll just, if I clip this here, There you go, I'm starting it up. As you can see, there's the wheels spinning. Not going to touch it, but it's spinning and it's also oscillating very slowly. You can probably hardly see that. But those wheels spin. This up here spins round. And then you've also got other functions like the elevator to decide on what height you want the ball shot at. But yeah, all these different functions. So there we go, I've just turned it off. As you saw, very, very cool machine. There you go, the wheels are still spinning there. So basically I managed to get this for £40, and the solds on this, the only thing I could see was a few like tennis websites that have it up for about £1,700, and another one I think they're asking about £1,500. I think they're the only two in stock. Amazon in America stocked it, but they're currently out of stock completely. And there's also nothing on eBay whatsoever. There's no solds on eBay. There's no listings on eBay. The only info I can find on it is just from I think 2 websites, just asking for a brand new price for these items. So I've put it up on eBay for £1,400, explaining that there's no charge cable with it. There's no, I think it's supposed to have a remote as well. You can kind of like, if you're playing tennis, you can control it from a remote. So it is literally just the machine itself. But I paid £40 for this, and I'm hoping to get back at least £1,000. So there we have it, a very random machine, but I'm very glad I picked it up. It is pretty heavy, but it is still sendable. So I'm probably going to be sending this through Parcel Force, which the max is about 30 kilograms, which this is definitely under. This is probably around 15, 16 kilograms. So it is doable. I can send it. Obviously, I'll have GSP on. I'll also do collection only in case someone wants to collect it. For now, though, I've just drafted the listing. I'm aiming for about £1,400 on it. It is very high. I'll also have best offer on the item. So if someone offered me probably anything over £1,000, I'm probably going to take it. Oh, and one thing I did forget to mention was this tennis racket here. If I get it out quickly. A bit grubby. Well, the case is grubby. The racket itself isn't too bad, but looks pretty old school. Don't hold me to that, I don't really know. But it's made by Wilson. It's a Profile Junior. Looks like these go for around £20 to £25. So that already is a chunk of my money back for this massive machine. And also you got the tennis balls in there. You've got a few Wilson ones. These will probably sell in a little bundle of their own, and I'll try and sell them as well. So hopefully I'll make back my £40 for this item with these 2 additional items that came with it, and then once this sells, it's just pure profit. All right then guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's not every day you can say that this car boot sale has made me £1,000 profit. So I'm hoping, you know, obviously it's all got to sell still. I've got to put the work in, and there's always unexpected issues with these sort of items. Like when you come to listing them, there's always damage or cracks to the soles of shoes, or just missing bits and bobs. Like the power cable with this machine itself. Obviously that's a bit unfortunate, but there's definitely some money there. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.